Welcome to VI Live, where the CEO dreams it and the COO makes it happen. Here are your hosts, Lori McColl and Ashleigh Labs.
Hey everybody, we're kicking off VI Live by being brutally honest. We had to burn down our business model to build the one we actually want to scale.
And we're talking about how we used EOS, specifically the Vision Traction Organizer, to map with transition clarity, intention, and structure.
Amazing. So a little bit of background. WHIM started as a digital transformation software development company and team as a service. We were always ahead of our time in how we looked at technology and how we looked at how your customers and your employees were going to use it. But we were still a boutique agency trying to compete against the giant partners embedded in enterprise accounts.
We knew we could do something better. We could have better outcomes. We could have better results. But we weren't scaling by playing their game. We didn't want to have the traditional model. And our takeaway was, if your offer lacks leverage, your team will burn out chasing delivery. And so that's where we decided, okay, new opportunity.
So from that, we made a pretty significant pivot. We turned our services into products, software products, and we got really focused on what we were superheroes in, which was process automation, AI, and helping companies do more with less. As part of that whole journey, we started with ourselves first at the very beginning of the year. Here's a little bit of our journey and our story through that process.
Yeah, so it's called letting go. We asked ourselves what our real, again, unique ability, our edge was, and we found it in process automation, custom AI agent development, and productizing what we do best. So it was, how do we take the technology tools, the operations experience that we have, and put that into an actual organization that is going to be able to scale.
And now that sounds easy saying it, but
yeah, exactly.
Letting go of a 7-figure agency that took 8 years to get to 7 figures was no small feat. There was a little bit of stress, but as Ashleigh mentioned, we cut our legacy services. We transitioned clients that didn't really fit the industries or the areas we wanted to focus on, and we stopped trying to grow inside of a broken system and started building a new one that we owned and could scale, one designed for organizations just like us, which is startups and really innovation-focused organizations and teams that really wanted to try new things and really drive change within their organizations. So my key takeaway for those of you podheads who are listening is saying no with clarity is how you make room for scale. So saying no to things even if they might be a pretty significant portion of your business, is making room for you to create the next generation and the next thing that will actually help you scale even faster.
What I think we also learned in this area is a lot of times people say they want change, they want innovation, and they say it, but the actions don't actually support it. And so what we decided is that our model, we want to make sure that it is 100% aligned with innovative companies and not the ones just saying it, but the ones actually doing it.
I love that. If we talk about the rebuild, reboot. So as we mentioned, we doubled down in our lane, which is AI-powered automation. And we broke our business, the future business, down into multiple revenue streams that are part of future AI-related services. We solidified all our partnerships with what we found to be the top performing SaaS products. developed a partnership with an AI low-code platform, and then built our own Flowware AI low-code AI automation platform. We are a Monday.com partner, which is an incredible work management tool. We've solidified partnerships with Freshservice, which is enterprise service management, HubSpot, and also some of the AI GPTs, so that we can create all of these, the future of software for startups and fast-moving organizations in a way that we've tried and tested over many years.
So during this time, we also rewrote every part of our business to align with the operating system, EOS, the entrepreneurial operating system. And that meant starting with a very clear accountability chart. And for those of you not familiar with EOS, I would definitely say take a look it up. Accountability chart is different than an organizational chart. It is a document for roles and responsibilities based on a couple of key bullet points in terms of what are the roles and responsibilities of that role, not the actual people names within that role. So these are the things that have to exist within an organization. So from our standpoint, we implemented strong accountability chart, clear ownership of visionary and integrator. We brought in level 10 meetings to create traction, and followed the IDS process, which is identify, discuss, and solve, which is huge in EOS. It's not allowing for circular conversations. You're actually identifying, discussing, and solving, which is a huge issue within meetings. And we can get into that further in another conversation.
The meetings where you walk out and you're like, what? That could have been an email.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like, what did we decide?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's doing what? Like, was there any decisions?
Was there an actual decision made? So this creates the structure that's needed for that, and I'm a super fan, and it's going really well. And again, champion for EOS here, because this has brought us to a whole new level. And what we have taken away is that clarity in roles creates operational peace, and it creates space. So from our perspective, it creates this freedom that didn't exist before. And again, clarity, just huge amounts of clarity.
Yeah, I think it is. I love that you said operational peace. That was a killer takeaway, Ashleigh. Clarity in roles creates operational peace. All right, so for our first episode, we were introducing ourselves, our journey, and how we are methodically going through a pretty significant pivot. So if you like what you heard and you have a visionary integrator team, or you have a CEO and COO working through a massive pivot within your company, drop a comment below, drop a like. We'd love to hear you, and we're going to keep sharing this journey with you in the hope that it brings you operational peace, and with the hope that you can learn from some of the things that we're doing through this process. So for the first episode, it's about the burn, letting go, and building what's beyond.
If you're feeling spread thin and you're not scaling to the extent that you want to be, take a step back, get that clarity, and take a look into EOS. It might be the thing that saves you and gets you where you want to be. And if you're not scaling on the right model, are you just keeping the old one alive for the sake of keeping the old one alive? And so maybe you need to look at something new and really get to that place of what you're looking for to find that operational piece.
I love it. And with that concludes our first episode of VI Live, where the visionary and integrator come together and organize the chaos. So like, follow, or comment below if you're going through a pivot in your company, or if you're leading a pivot. We'd love to hear more stories.